Hi, it's Sarabeth, Emet, and it's about 8:40, Friday evening, the 3rd of October of 2025, and it's been a difficult day. And I found myself wanting to sing for the country. So I found this compilation CD that I enjoy sometimes. Sometimes I sing it for July 4th, and it's called Sing America. I've had a hard time finding it on YouTube, so I decided I'll make my own playlist. I appreciate whoever shot me the idea. That was a good idea to just follow the songs on the CD and make a YouTube playlist. So I worked hard to find the actual, not only performers, but hopefully the same recordings of the songs that the original compilers chose for what is a really nice CD. I found it, I think, at the Wheeling Library. I made a copy of it years ago, and I've been listening to it since. One day I was shopping at like a Goodwill or a Salvation Army. Those are the two resale stores I use. And I happened to find this CD, Sing America, a compilation of contemporary songs mostly, and as well as traditional songs. I happened to find it at a resale store and picked it up like a lucky find. And so now I have my own copy as well as a recorded copy. But many times I've wanted to post it as a decent meditation. I think of it as something good to work with, something good to heal with, something good to process. It's a good CD. Sometimes I turn to Freedom Rock. Sometimes I turn to the Sing America. Sometimes I really like a compilation of both contemporary. You can find these, sometimes you dig around in the library or you dig around online and you find a really good compilation. Um, Boston Pops, I've put that one up. There's a Boston Pops, America the Dream Goes On, I think it is. And then there's an American Voices. Bill McLaughlin conducts, I think it's the Kansas City Orchestra. I could be wrong, excuse me, but that's hard to find. Um, the Boston Pops is easier to find. But anyway, it's a difficult time, I'm understanding. There's a lot of work taking place, and I'm being terribly abused. And I'm being abused physically through the distance abuse, the direct energy weaponry, the nuclear radiation, as well as electric shock, as well as psyops, a great deal of psychological abuse that I'm dealing with right now. As though no one is capable, as though the country is completely fallen and thrown over in sedition, as though America will cease to exist, as though there are no allies, as though no one is capable, as though no one is legal, as though no one is allowed, as though law does not permit the saving of the country, as though law does not permit the cessation of crime. I'm living in a crime scene, and I'm fortunate to be alive. And I give thanks for the fact that I am alive. I give thanks to all those who have been working hard. I give thanks to all those who continue to work hard. I give thanks that I am alive. I give thanks for the lives of others. I give thanks again for the hard work that everyone is doing, and that the United States of America exists at all. We are a young country, as I ask us to remember, we'll be 250 years old. And we have a lot to evolve. We have a lot yet to make real. We are still working on aspects of our Constitution and making that Constitution real. And we may still need to amend our Constitution. I do believe in both the Constitution as well as the amendments and necessary further amendments to the Constitution. So we have a lot to grow. We have a lot to succeed. We have a lot to accomplish and to evolve. And I was listening to the CD Sing America, and I was once again drawn to Frank Sinatra's The House I Live In. I decided that I would like to sing it. I decided I would like to take the song through me, and I didn't fully gain the year that it was written or sung. I was looking at it online. I didn't write down the year, but I got a sense of the old-fashionedness of it. And in my head, there were these voices someplace in the background. How could you sing for this old-fashioned America? And I've been listening to Kent Nurburn's Native Echoes, and I've been thinking about the lessons that I learned in his trilogy, Neither Wolf Nor Dog. Horse came in there. Horse came up in there. And I've been thinking about, the relationship as whenever one has the opportunity to really sit down and respect and listen to Native American voice. Let's see, Mr. Nurburn is a white man, and he's fortunate to help chronicle, fortunate to help witness and record, communicate the voices and the stories of Native American peoples. And he communicates that kind of interesting space where we accept ourselves as white and perhaps yearn or allow for our ability to open to both the pain and the suffering, the sadness and the anger, as well as the beauty and the strength and the honor and respect of what it is to be Native American. And I think those of us who seem to know something, those of us who somewhere, and it's not to say that everyone's the same, but people who are white who say yes, those of us who say yes, what is it? What can I be? What can I do? What is it? What is it? And we learn to stop, and we learn to be with the present. We learn to allow ourselves to open and to unfold into the realness of what it is to be American, into the realness, the reality of what it is to be this land, and the necessity to grow, to listen, to become, to just be, and to overcome, that we shall overcome. And there are so many lessons, so many teachings yet to digest and to understand, to process and to function, or just let go and just be. And what does it mean, perhaps, to eat the grass of our earth, of our land? What does it mean to be the self? What does it mean to eat native foods, meaning the yield of our own land, the yield of our own planting, our own dirt, our own sunshine, our own wind, and watering and seed, the seed which opens and allows for our own nourishment, our own digestion. And we don't eat dirt. We eat that which we plant. We eat that which we find grown and available. So I was having a difficult time, and I went into my bedroom to look at my CD collection, and I thought, what do I have for myself? What medicine can I find? What medicine can I receive? And I found myself staring at the section that I created to collect music in celebration, commemoration, witness, and honor of America, of the United States of America. The Native American section is in a different place, but this is interesting thought. Sometimes it's been a little bit mixed up, and sometimes I mix things around. I know that I like to collect some of Walela, and I like to collect some other Native American voice, which I know is mixed and both ancient and modern. And, sometimes I separate these, sometimes I put them together as I'm working on what does it mean to be an American citizen, as I'm working on what does it mean to be white and reverent of the wholeness of our country. And, in this kind of concept of America, we might just put it all together, right? We might just put everything on one shelf and allow it to work together, allow it to figure itself out, allow it to cry and to grow and to laugh and to dance and to find itself and to live, allow itself to eat its own food, allow America to plant and to sow, to reap its own self. So I sat there, and that part of the collection, that part of my collection was speaking to me, and I thought, Sing America, maybe, because some of those songs I wasn't singing, some of those songs I was skipping on the CD, and I thought, how much of that CD can I have? I was giving myself room to grow. I was giving myself some timeouts, and I thought I can have a lot of it. I think I can have a lot of this CD right now. And that made me feel good because it's a good CD. And so, of course, as I was listening to it, some of the old pieces, came up. Like, for instance, John Denver's Country Roads sings for West Virginia. And I visited West Virginia. It's a beautiful part of the country. It is beautiful land, beautiful mountains and forest, and I'm sure beautiful people. My first adoptive father was from West Virginia. They taught me that he was born in Charleston and grew up in Huntington. And I visited Huntington, West Virginia many times because my grandparents lived there. And I mean them no disrespect when I say that there's controversy about who I am and how I was raised and what everyone made of themselves. And it's this, tangle or deep complex. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it just is, maybe it just is. And it just is what it is, it's just itself. And everybody's got some sort of a background, and everybody's got life to outgrow and life to process, let go of maybe. And then there are those pieces, to savor. There are those pieces. So when I sing Country Roads, because it's such a good song, and I love John Denver, and I think sometimes about West Virginia, and I don't always get so deep with it. And these were not, these people were business people. These people were profitable professionals. And they were, well off, and they had lots of opportunities and capabilities, and they lived well, I think. And many teachings, sit up straight and act like a lady. And so I do, because this was part of the way that I was raised, and by my adoptive father's mother. And, I give thanks for the lessons which I received. And it's good to sing Country Roads. It's good to remember as an adult when I drove to Huntington, West Virginia to visit with my grandmother. And we spent some time together, which, what was this, a second grandmother, a second of the adoptive family, because the people moved around. I never do know exactly when I was where and with whom, but I've already talked 15 minutes on this tape. So it's a good CD, Sing America, and it opens up, those places of soul where we find ourselves. And I hope I don't stop singing Country Roads by John Denver. I hope that I will always continue to sing for West Virginia, because it is a beautiful state. And, I actually have been there, and it has its part of my being, some part of me put my feet and shares in the beauty of West Virginia. Some part of me is a part of that state. That state is some part of me. Though I grew up here in Illinois, where I live currently, and some part of Ohio and Cincinnati will always be a part of me, as that's where my mother's side of the adoptive family, that's where I spent time visiting with them. And I used to drive through Ohio when I would drive home from college from Pennsylvania. I would drive through Ohio and Indiana and get to know America. So I want to encourage some time. We're not going to lose this country. We're going to fight hard for it. And I've made a playlist of the songs of Sing America. I want to encourage people to please listen to that CD and find your song. And find your song if on another CD of American compilation. If it's classical music, if it's jazz, whatever it is for you, if it's song, find your song and sing for America, because we need to. We need to sing for ourselves. We need to sing for our country, the United States of America, in whatever voices we choose. The House I Live In, Frank Sinatra, giving thanks. What is America to me? A name, a map, a flag I see, a certain word, democracy. What is America to me? The house I live in, a plot of earth, a street, the grocer and the butcher and the people that I meet, the children in the playground, the faces that I see, all races and religions. That's America to me. A place I work in, a worker by my side, a little town or city where my people lived and died. The howdy and the handshake, the air of feeling free, and the right to speak my mind out. That's America to me. The things I see about me, the big things and the small, the little corner newsstand and the house a mile tall, the wedding and the parkland, a laughter and the tears, the dream that's been a growing for 250 years. The town I live in, the street, the house, the room, pavement of the city, or a garden all in bloom. The land, the school, the vista, the million lights I see, but especially the people. That's America to me. I give thanks. I changed a few words. I admit that. And I give thanks for allowing to make folk song. I want to wish everyone well. And I want to wish everyone to please find their song, America, and let's sing and save this country. Be very well. Sarabeth, Emet.